Hey, welcome back to my messy home. Today I thought we could shake things up by looking at something positive and wholesome on TikTok. YouTube commentary has more than enough negative things to highlight from that platform, but it's probably not all bad. This trend is where you put your hand over your pet's head and just see how they react to it. It's so funny watching their little faces scrunch. It's cute, it's wholesome, it's fun, it's not hurting anybody. Good job, TikTok. All right, now that we've covered that, it is time to move on to the real story, which is about how the app is desensitizing people towards helping others. And I know that's a bit of a dark turn, but I just gave you the cat thing, and wasn't that nice? We can afford to take a dark turn now. The specific topic that I want to talk about today has been a thing long before TikTok was even around, but it's had a harder time existing in the same way on previous platforms. TikTok, just by design, kind of enables this trend to exist and get worse. The game plan for this video is to explain this trend's roots and then go over how TikTok is actively making it worse. First, we'll do the research, then we'll just watch TikToks. And that's basically my usual afternoon anyway. If you've been chronically online for the past 10 years like I have, first of all, ouch, sorry. That's permanent brain damage for sure, right? But secondly, in your time online, you've probably seen the comment "blink twice if you're in danger" appear in some comment sections. It's a joke phrase used to call out someone acting awkward. You'll see it when two people are on screen and one is acting uncomfortable, or if a YouTuber is doing an ad read and they seem stiff. If I could briefly shift into no fun joke explainer mode, the word choice in the phrase is a reference to how some people need to telegraph that they are in a dangerous situation without using their words, or else the source of the danger will overhear them. And though with that context it seems serious, I really don't see a problem with that phrase being used in a one-off comment, because it's more so used in a way that the commenter is trying to say, they look stiff and awkward, instead of an actual prompt for someone to use to call for help. Blink twice if you're in danger has been so overused over the years that it basically reads as a joke. It's no longer a serious prompt for someone to follow. You see it so much that people actually respond to that comment in a similar jokey way that's very tongue-in-cheek about being in on it, like this.
I just want everyone to know I love doing TikToks. I do them all voluntarily. No one coerces me into doing them. I do them of my own free will, and I love my wife with every fiber of my being. I love doing TikToks.
So as you can see, these people are clearly treating it as a joke. It might be like an older joke about the old ball and chain wife making me do those tink tonks for the interwebs, and oh, the old chain and ball loves making me do the tank ticks. But regardless of the joke, we know and they know that it's not serious. At this point, associating the specific reply of "blink twice if you need help" as a serious call to action is pretty pointless. But that doesn't mean that other versions of this that are more serious don't need to exist, because they do. Unfortunately, there are a lot of times when actual victims are in danger and they need to ask for help without doing it verbally. That's not something we should diminish, and knowing these signs could help yourself or others if something were to happen. There are a few specific hand signals that exist out there for this reason. There are also examples of calling the authorities and saying one thing out loud when you're answering a different set of yes or no questions asked by the dispatcher. And though it's often blown off as theories, this kind of stuff does happen to public figures who are in front of cameras all the time. Not all abuse happens out of sight or behind closed doors, and it's actually a tactic for people to have their victim appear with them on screen or in front of a wide audience in order to discredit any claims that they might come out with. But even with all of that, it is also very important for us to know that this kind of stuff can get off the rails very quickly if an audience collectively decides to run with it. So here's what we know so far. People can get too involved in assuming threats online. There are real and designated ways to actually signal for help if you need it, and the whole "blink twice if you need help" is really just an unserious joke about the whole situation. And I swear, I wish the video ended right there. I wish that was all I had to talk about. But we haven't even gotten to the part where TikTok gets added to the equation and makes the whole thing worse. Just for a second, I'd like to go back to that TikTok with the ball and chain joke that we looked at earlier. not because it's an example of anyone on TikTok doing something wrong, but rather it kind of shows off the function that TikTok has that leads to this being a problem. TikTok users will know that this prompt is actually a comment that was left on a different video from this account. One of the functions of TikTok is that any comment can be responded to with a video response dedicated to it. In theory, it's a nice way to help bridge the gap between commenter and creator, but it also leads to a very specific problem. It bridges the gap between commenter and creator. With TikTok, if you leave a comment, it could receive an entire video response, and it can feel like the creator is talking to you. Here is where we find this common internet trend of blink twice if you're in danger actually getting a response, because on YouTube and other video sharing platforms, they're just kind of comments used to convey a, oh, they look awkward kind of a message, but on TikTok, they actually serve as a video prompt. Here's an example of a TikToker receiving this kind of comment and then actually using it as a prompt to create more content. So the joke is that he's acting fine, but then in the last second, he lifts his hand and you see that there's a circle marking on it. So he's not really fine. He's in danger. Oh, he's in danger the whole time. But there's also upside down text underneath the prompt. And you kind of have to do this to like, okay, I see. Press the arrow 3 times fast. Oh, I get it. He's clout chasing. There is a share arrow on the TikTok screen, and if you press it, a buffet of forwarding options comes up. If you click the arrow 3 times fast, like the prompt tells you to, it's likely you'll accidentally share the video, which boosts it in the algorithm. And even still, when you, me, and the video creator all seem to know that it's a joke, we still see this kind of stuff taking off on TikTok. Oh, do you get it? He has the white shirt at the end, that the white shirt, he is in danger. And wouldn't you know it, this one also has the upside down prompt. So, god damn it. I hate doing this shit. Read the sound name, shocked emoji. This one doesn't actually clear up anything for me because the sound is just a remix of a horror movie theme. So I don't get it. Is he trying to say that there's horror? Like he is in danger? Or because why would he say it like that? I don't know. All I know is that I kind of like put a kink in my neck trying to look at that shit. One example that I knew I wanted to touch on was this woman who seems to have based her entire account around responding to comments she gets, which just sounds like an amazing job. It's just effortless, free money. It sounds so nice. God, I hate that I need money. The issue that I have is that this account seems to engage with and even eggs on the theories that she is in danger. In this video, she's responding to a prompt saying, wear blue if you're in danger, by just doing a viral dance with someone else. As you can see, she doesn't wear blue anywhere in this clip, but all of the comments were flipping out over her profile picture, which she'd changed to show her in a blue sweatshirt. The comments were saying, look at the profile, she did it, she's actually wearing blue, we got it. And then nothing. Because even if they thought this person was actually signaling for help and they started to try and figure out who to contact, who to call, the account has already put up a new video and there's a brand new puzzle to solve. It's kind of training these audiences to think that solving the distress call is its own reward. And interactive videos, when they're done well and are intentional, can be really fun to engage with. But when the prompts are almost exclusively about people in danger and needing to call for help, it's kind of setting a bad precedent when that is just included in the joke. Okay, whoa, that is a serious accusation. I don't know where that comment came from. If somebody accused you of dating your own uncle, that's not something to dance to and play coy with. That is something you want to shut down right there. But she says that the answer to that is hidden somewhere in the video, so the comments erupted trying to solve this new puzzle. They guessed that the answer was in her username. They guessed that it was in the sound, and some of them even baselessly claimed that the answer was just simply yes. This one was so transparent, pardon the pun, that even I solved it. It just says no in the bottom in faint letters right as the video ends. Like, the video just says it. There's no puzzle. You just kind of have to find it. But despite all of the weird accusational comments, we still see this account engage with these commenters, most likely because it creates an engagement farm for new and old viewers trying to decipher whatever vague puzzle is being presented to them. And I don't necessarily blame the individual creators for participating in this trend because, again, the blink if you need help is kind of a joke at this point, and to them it's just interacting with their commenters and maybe even like throwing in a cheeky joke, but it doesn't disconnect it from the larger problem at hand. To the creators, it's all fun and games, and to us, it's all clearly a joke. But if you're young and TikTok is your first video platform, you might see this and just become accustomed to the idea that this is a joke. And young people are finding these because these accounts are mainly for dancing or one-off trends, and that's the kind of stuff that appeals mainly towards younger audiences. And having your first exposure to signaling for help online being in this unserious kind of a jokey format, it kind of sets the idea in their head that overall the whole thing is meant to not be taken super seriously. I can't stress this enough. A lot of the videos following this prompt are jokes. I know that and you know that. But by reading into these comments, you'll see that the overall narrative approaching the context of these videos is including the concept of signaling for help on video as part of the joke as well. And that is not good at all. There's a few more examples of people following this prompt and the weird responses, so let's go over those as well.
I'm not sure why you guys think that I'm in danger, but I'm really not, man. And if you don't believe me, you could just watch my live and see that I'm perfectly fine and no one's doing anything.
This one is clearly over-exaggerated, and he's promoting his own live stream so hard that it might as well be a commercial. But the top comment on that video is just someone buying into the prompt and making him confirm it by doing it once again. So, I don't know. That seems unhelpful. It was 5. Wear blue in the next video if you need help. It wear 5 blink. So this is someone who engaged with the prompt and didn't even follow it exactly, whether as a joke or to be contradictory, who knows, but the comments were still only arguing about the specifics or giving him new prompts or overall just engaging with the prompt again.
Why would you guys ever think we would put Daryl in danger? Anyways, have we ever put you in danger?
You could argue with me and say that this is no big deal and it's not likely that someone is going to be signaling for help on TikTok, but even if it's not going to be extremely frequent, if it does happen, I do think that there should be actual measures in place to help. And it just upsets me that there is an off chance that someone in that situation could potentially sneak a signal in for help into one of these TikToks, and all of the comments would be, okay, but wear red in the next video if you're actually in danger. I guess it's a good thing that people aren't treating these like actual calls for help because it shows that on some level they recognize that it's a joke. But it does make a hypothetical real call for help be more likely to be dismissed along with the rest of the genre. And finally, here's the one clip I saw that I think embodies this entire problem so eloquently. The prompt is saying blink twice, but she winks twice. But then she leans in and whispers, "Please help me," while looking over her shoulder, and then starts winking again way more than 2 times. So you have no idea if this is like intentionally vague or just frantic. Confused that wasn't blinking twice? I make things difficult, LOL. Right there, when a creator is almost proudly admitting to being misleading and prompting confusion after faking being in a serious, threatening situation, just kind of shows that this trend, this response, this engagement, whatever you want to call it, isn't really doing anyone any benefit. TikTok seems to be especially good at like fostering this really weird and sickening narrative that younger people shouldn't really care about empathy in other humans and just only focus on themselves. This has been Oh Well, the show that always ends with a defeatist admission of societal failure disguised as a harmless shrug and a cheeky smile. Join us next week when something else bad inevitably happens. Goodbye and good night.